Finally, we have one on camera, well, at least one now that I have a videographer to follow me around. We're going to be installing a Unichip on a not so brand new, well, new generation Innova. So we've done several before, but this is the first time that we're going to do everything on video. So we're going to show you how it's done, where it's attached, how we tune it, and of course, before and after horsepower figures. So let's follow along. Every Unichip install, of course, starts with a wiring diagram that comes straight from the Unichip website, which us dealers can access. So, yeah, it looks pretty complicated, but it's not. If you're an electrical engineer, this should not be a problem for you to figure out. Everything here is color-coded, so we have to follow what the wires are here, and then on the Unichip side here, it's also color-coded. It's a matter of tapping the correct wire to the correct color, and then there are a couple of sensors and wires that need to be cut and spliced. So 1, 2, 3. So these basically control fuel, timing, and then boost. Then this one is throttle right here at the very bottom. So we're wiring it up now. Normally it takes about an hour to do the wiring. Not because the wiring itself is hard, it's because the ECU location is a pain in the ass. It's underneath the glove compartment. Kind of hard to get to. So di na masyado mabilis yung trabaho kasi maskip eh. Then after that, what we do is we're gonna plug in the Unichip blank, no tune, no nothing. We'll do a baseline dyno, see how much power the car makes. Then we plug in the Unichip, then proceed to start tuning. This is the Unichip, this is the Q4 version. Q4 has all the other extra outputs to control throttle, boost, and other stuff in the future should you want. Nitros, alcohol injection, through these ports. This is the main port of the Unichip. This is where the signals for ground, power, crank, fueling, map sensor, they all come here. This little port here, this is for throttle control. This one here is for extra outputs, the aforementioned nitrous and alcohol injection should you need. This central port here is the one where it connects to the laptop with proprietary USB cable. Right there. And then this is our Unichip software. As you can see, it's also remapping because it is a map. This thing is a fuel map right there. So we actually pulled up the data from all the other previous tuned Fortuners, Hiluxes, and Innova, so we at least have a base starting point. Then we gradually tweak and adjust this as needed. So we have a timing map, we have both fuel map, we have a boost map, and we also have a injector timing. So fuel, boost, injector timing. Those are the three things that Unichip can control. And that's what makes it better than every other diesel chip out there. Race chip, DTP chip, DTE, I don't care who makes it. None of these chips can make as much power as Unichip, and I will show you why. Diesel engines are a simpler animal than gasoline engines. You basically need fuel and you need air. You add fuel, you add air, you will add power. Very simple. Fuel comes from three sources in a diesel engine. You have your engine here, you have your injectors here. This is your fuel rail. This is the injector. Air comes from boost, which is basically what everybody's interested in, how much boost the turbocharger makes. So that's one of the purposes is here. Now at the end of the fuel rail is a fuel rail sensor. DP chip, DPE, race chip, etc., etc., etc. All of these things do one job and one job only. Connect to the fuel rail sensor here and change the voltage. Say at 1 volt, you have arbitrary 100 fuel. What they do is, this one sends a feedback to the ECU, which then tells the suction control valve to open or close to give more fuel. So at 1 volt, suction control valve gives 100. What they do is, they drop that voltage, so say 0.8 na lang. ECU sees this. Hey, wait, 0.8, that's wrong. That's too low. It must read 1 volt. Increase pressure, thereby giving more fuel, so on and so forth. So at 1.5 volts, they drop it down to say 1.2 volts. Up, kulang pa rin. Taas ulit. Thereby providing more fuel pressure, more fuel goes into the engine. That makes power. All of these make power. And that is a given fact. That cannot be disparaged. That cannot be refuted. They give power, yes. But may hangganan. You can only adjust the voltage of this so much before it throws a check engine. So everybody who has this, you know how that happens. You either have a 1 to 10 adjustment here or 2 knobs adjustment here. Adjust too much, plug check engine. Ang sabihin nila sa'yo ay sobrang adjustment, sir. Atras mo ng konti. So they work up to a point. So what we need to make power is fuel pressure, injector timing, boost, and actually injector duration. These are the things that we should control to make power, to give complete control to the engine. DP chip, every other chip only does one thing. Number 1, fuel pressure, nothing else. Unichip can do injector timing, can do boost, but cannot do injector duration. Actually, we still can with the addition of the Unichip iDriver. We can now control how long the injector opens for even more power. We've done it already on the Hilux, and it's a specialized another module specifically just for the Toyota engine. So with all of these 4 things, Unichip can control and get big power. Hindi kaya ni DP chip ito lahat, as in nothing. So maximum power that these chips can get, if you get 30 horses, magsaya ka na. That's pretty much the upper limit of whatever they can make on any engine. Now, okay, let me clarify. On any 4-cylinder diesel engine, this is pretty much the maximum they can get. Nothing higher than that. So now we're gonna put it to the test. We're gonna install Unichip on the Innova and see how much power we make. And definitely, I can tell you, it's more than 30. Done with our Innova Unichip install, and pretty surprising results. In not exactly stock form, baseline form, I think this car already has an exhaust on it and an aftermarket intake. It was 180 to the wheel, which is pretty good actually. Then again, it is a manual, so these things are 10-15 horses higher than a comparable automatic. But his baseline is 180 wheel horsepower, which is these 3 lines. Then after Unichip tune, which is these 2 lines, this is the first tune, this is the second tune here. We managed to get 208, so 210 for all intents and purposes. The big gains are here at the bottom from 95 to 150 here. That's plenty big. And all the way up here, if you take the 27 RPM, 150 to almost 200, that's also 50 horses right there. Torque is amazing also. So from at the start of 2000s, from 380 to 516 now. Then yung kadyot na to, wala, ganun talaga. May kadyot din siya after you tune. It's because of the clutch engaging and kicking in. But overall, not bad. Very good numbers. Hindi na may iwan sa mga Ranger to at saka sa mga stock Navara. Okay na. So we'll take it out, test drive with the owner, see what he says.
go. U-turn ka na lang doon para pabalik. Padlock ng truck na to. Pabalik mas maluwag. Okay, pwede tayo kumaliwa dyan. Ramdam naman eh.
Oo.
Yun ang masakit na yun. Naka-mask lahat so hindi nakikita pag nakatawa. Dati pwede pa eh. Pag unang upak, nakatawa. Ngayon wala. Expressionless. Bike niya, pink. Yan sana. Sure, kasama.